Hey guys, my name is Matt. I am going to make a koi pond mosaic table for my wife. This is the first table I've made. I'm reasonably creative and crafty, so I am hoping it'll turn out well. I'll show you what I'm using here and we'll take it from there. So here is the table I bought. Got this for 50 bucks online. These snips here, got clear Gorilla Glue, not the normal kind. The normal kind's terrible to work with. This is some of the blue I'm using, and then here's all the different colors. I'll be cutting a lot of this stuff up. And then in here are these are the special pieces I bought. So these are the ones that were kind of pre-cut for me because there's no way I could cut these fish and lily pads and stuff. All these glass pieces I got from Etsy. I'll put links so that you guys know where I got the stuff because they're real nice people. So these are my edge pieces that I'm going to use. My concept here is this is the edge of the pond. My plan is then, this represents my water. I'm going to actually bring the clear acrylic over the top of all this so that there's no sharp edges on the actual tile pieces there. Should look pretty cool like water. I think what I'm going to do is run a bead of silicone underneath this outside edge here. I'll lay the piece down on it. Now there's a full silicone bead the entire way around that will work as a dam for the epoxy. I want all these guys in a little bit off the edge, so I'm gonna just go. I wanna see a little bit of the glass the entire way around. I think this guy is like on the line there, but. My edges are done. All this is all glued down now. So I'm gonna cut these out, and then again, these are the petals I'm going to be using for all my flowers, and then these are my lily pads. So those are kind of the fish are obviously the most important location wise, followed by the flowers and the lily pads. All right, so I'm working on my lilies here. You can see I've got a couple of them together. I'm trying to decide which color here. I got kind of a mix of yellow options here. Oh, I got this one. I don't think I tried that one. Did I try that one? I can't remember. Oh, I like that one. Okay, so that's the color center I'm going to use. So I'm going to cut them with my cutters. You just get that towel right in there and you just smash it like that. It's not a very clean cut. It just kind of breaks it. But I'm going to try to make these into a circle. All right, and here you go. There's my little cut there. Did a second one for this guy, so you can see those two together. Far from perfect, but that's what makes these things wonderful. I got a couple little features here. So this one here is my white lilies. I got some small ones. Kind of when the lilies grow, they come up pretty small and then they get real big as they finish off. Just a random note, the little cleft here in lily pads is always pointed toward wherever the center of the plant is. Over here, this is my version of pickerel rush, or pickerel weed, some people call it. So that's that feature there. This is my pink lilies over here. So I just did 3 big ones. Again, you can kind of see the general layout. I might change these a little bit, but not much. This is just some grasses that are kind of flowering a little bit. So this is my least favorite one, but I need something here. And then obviously my fish in the middle, and so they're coming to get a snack there, which is it's really fun to feed koi. So that's it. There it is. All right, so I'm putting down some of the decorations here. This is some of that pickerel weed I was talking about. So the way I've been doing it is just run a bead of the glue right there. You can see that run. And then it gives you a good 10 minutes to kind of come on in here and get going here. So just really just kind of setting up your pattern the way you want it. I think on the specific one, since I'm going this way, I'm going to go the opposite. And then just going from there. And then just, build the pattern out. That's real nice and kind of tight fit right here. And then, so like when you get something like this together, so you can actually come in here and kind of mildly turn it and stuff. So I want it to have this nice arc here. I got all the plants in here. All the lilies where I want them. And I've actually got the fish where I want them now too. You can see there's the fish. So, how's it going? Incredibly slow. So So you can kind of see how I'm patterning these in here. This took a long time. I won't lie. And it's gonna take a whole long time to get the rest of it. And the reason is because if you come in here and look, you know, I'm getting them as tight as I can, but just, you know, all these I'm having to cut. Obviously the only ones I didn't cut are these big squares. I wanted the edging here just for kind of prettiness. So I put that there and I'm having to kind of put that in as I go. None of this is glued on. So I glued my main parts, but so they don't move, so I don't want like this to move. But you know, none of this is glued on. You can hear them all moving. So the epoxy, when the epoxy comes in, it'll go over top that and lock it all in. If you're not patient, or if you got OCD, this is not a good project for you. I thought it was a little boring in here, so I added some more of these guys, which was real fun because I had finished all this and had to pull it all out and then redo it. You can see kind of how tightly I'm getting these guys in here. And from a work standpoint, I've kind of found it easier to just go ahead and kind of put everything out. So here's my squares, and then I'm cutting my squares into triangles. Overall, it's coming together. These little guys here are all my little itty bitty offcuts, and you know, I'm going through now and finding the spots. Obviously here's one I pulled that I didn't like how it fit, so I'll use like little offcuts or cut pieces to kind of fill in there. Like that's a little hole there. I mean, something like that, you just can't get anything in there, but you can see I'll go in closer, you can see how much little pieces kind of get put in here. So anyway, I'm gonna finish up the middle here. This is my true centerpiece right there. I put a little dot there, so that's my true centerpiece for the table. And gonna go ahead and finish it up. The glass portion of the table is done. You can see, here she is. Probably a few thousand pieces in there, I'd say. I'm gonna take the duster here and just dust it off. It's been out here a while. I got some glass shards and stuff on it. None of this blue is glued down, so I'm quite worried about it picking up with the liquid. Obviously that poured super slow, but these are all glued, so I'll probably pour on the glued things I know that are glued so that hopefully it'll spread out pretty evenly. So I'm gonna dust it off and tape the edges. All right, there's my resin. There's my wrap table. Here's my fingers crossed. All right, well the resin is on. You can see the reflection there. So one thing changed substantially is look how clear the glass is now. It was much more shiny, reflective, and it's still in there, you can see it. But boy, did that kind of change that look. So I did this like water. That's what I wanted it to look like. So you see the edge, it's not all the way to the edge, but that way it looks like it's actually a pond of water, which was my plan there. One of the things you have to do with epoxy, if you don't know, is you have to use a little mini blowtorch here, and bubbles will come up, and you gotta just burn the bubbles off so you get that nice finish. But there you go, look at that finish. I mean, it's a pretty good finish. I'm pretty happy with that. That's pancake flat too, which is great because it's a table, so you don't want your dishes wobbling and stuff. I see a couple more little bubbles in here, so I'm gonna go and do a few more bubbles in here. And there's all the sheen coming out. So you can see it's pretty nice there when you get that. So you can see all the depth in it now. It's all done there. The fish, the lilies. Lots of little pieces. I can't even imagine how many little pieces I got in there, but there's a lot of them. So there it is. You can see the edging turned out pretty good here. I wanted it to look like it was a pond, so you got the dry going into the wet. So you can see that there. me get a better angle here. So there you go. So the water is coming up on the edges. And I have one last little thing I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go, there's a gap here. I'll just go fill that with silicone or something that's fillable, but that's the table, guys. That's how it turned out. So you can see, not too bad, huh?
Okay. Open it. Oh my goodness.